With Le Mans right around the corner, I figured what better time than to talk about a legend that solidified itself with one race at none other than the Le Mans 24 Hours. It wouldn't be a walk in the park, which, let's be honest, is it ever easy to win at Le Mans? For this, we have to go back to 2001. It was a different world. NASCAR didn't race in stages. The Camaro was on the chopping block. Oh, wait. Spurs weren't European champions. Anyway, Bentley would be making a return to Le Mans after 68 years, 1 year away from making the funniest joke of all time. It was an uphill battle with the board of Volkswagen, who favored their precious little Audis. And speaking of Audis, a lot of critics say that this car is just a dressed-up Audi. However, aside from the extract gearbox, Audi used the touchy Ricardo gearbox, and the engine, everything was all Bentley. Bentley planned on running for 3 years, with their EXP Speed 8 in the closed cockpit LMGTP class. 2 cars entered, the Brits and Germans were going to war again, but this time on the racetrack. The number 7 Bentley secured 3rd place behind a pair of Audi R8s. The 2nd place Audi finished 14 laps ahead of the number 8 Bentley. The other Speed 8 unfortunately retired after a strong run in the rain due to a fire which caused the driver to abandon the car. However, this would be good enough to win the LMGTP class. Okay, so not a bad return to Le Mans after a 68-year absence. Bentley went back to the drawing board, regrouped, and returned to Le Mans the following year with a Speed 8, still eyeing an overall class victory. They threw in a new, larger engine, now running a lone entry as a testbed for the evolved Speed 8 in 2003. It also helped the savings that the managing director of Bentley wanted. The car managed 4th place, once again behind only the blitzkrieging R8s. However, big things were in the works behind the scenes at Bentley. For 2003, they decided that their newly evolved Speed 8 would need competitive testing in order to capture an overall win at Le Mans. The pair of new cars were entered in the 12 Hours of Sebring. Despite having to start at the back of the field due to a rules infraction in qualifying, the 2 cars quickly made their way through the field. The Bentleys were able to take 3rd and 4th place behind the factory and a privateer R8. At the 2003 Le Mans, the ACO, which is the largest automotive group in France, decided to piss on everyone's parade by reducing the overall horsepower for all categories by 10% following the 2002 race, because who wants more power during a race? Every engine had air restrictors installed, and boost pressures were adjusted to try and achieve performance parity across all 4 categories. Yes, parity between 4 different classes of cars? That's like telling a heavyweight to go box a featherweight but only use your weak arm. Anyway, enough complaining. At Le Mans, Jost Audi wouldn't be there. Volkswagen pulled back to focus on its diesel developments.
Say, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Hey, car obsessed, do you mean these developments? Joking aside, there were plenty of R8s in the field, but now that Bentley was the sole Volkswagen competitor, the pressure mounted heavily onto them. However, Bentley would deliver. The number 7 car secured 1st place after a grueling 377 laps. They cemented a legacy with the number 8 car coming 2nd, with the Audi R8 5 laps behind the winner. And with that, Bentley would wrap up its motorsports program for Le Mans. Bentley wanted another year, but Volkswagen unfortunately pulled the plug. I guess they're really busy working on cheating for emissions. This win would restore Bentley's image in the automotive world, however. As the saying goes, win on Sunday, sell on Monday. I believe that this car and program deserves to be remembered for generations to come. We cannot let it die out. And with that, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and your loved ones, and peace.